to see some real magic here. The RavenClaws. RavenClaws are flying all over the place. You hear it? That's real shamanism here happening. So, real-time magic into the grid. So I teach you nothing, but because you can only teach your cell phone, you teach yourself all the freaking time. And that's the quest. Oh, look at him. That's a quest of perception. And the ravens are they're a good symbol. I have to look up what the raven symbol means, but I'll keep on raving in here. I'll keep on raving. I keep it truthful, you know, because it seems maybe, I hope this shit is still running. It may seems like it's still working, right? Is it still working? I hope so. Let me check. It's still running? Yes. Okay, so real-time shamanism, real-time magic, real healing and health and perception, basically. Seeing the grid, seeing humans, seeing the matrix, seeing the soul. What I'm going to share is very essential for my journey, but also for yours, and basically for everyone who wants to be true to themselves. Because good. I know this mirror is very addictive, but I keep doing this because this is how I basically construct my human avatar in this earth realm. I know about all these different densities and buoyancies, and I have an idea how the realms are constructed. So this is why I keep mirroring myself in this realm to transcend the information that I was getting from myself, basically, since I'm the source. So why is it important to see the soul in the grid system and to not get lost by the tricks, by your tricks? It's not the matrix, it's your own tricks, because you keep fooling yourself. You get loosened up. You lose yourself in the matrix, which is your own tricks. You're the only one who's really pulling and pushing the tricks onto yourself is yourself. So what I am doing is I'm offering you for free, basically, a system to get out of the matrix. And then you're like, what is wrong with you, Jan? Well, you, my friend, you live in a Maya. You live in an illusion. An illusion of self. And I can say this because I was so seems like I have to learn to cut videos, because there was an interruption. I was interrupted. But yeah, so I can speak about all of these different things because I was fasting, I was sun gazing, I was doing Shivamukalpa, and this was connecting me to my true self, to the different realms that we have all basically avatars in, but most people are just not realizing that. And to solve yourself out, to basically what I say is you can solve your soul out of the system. You can free up your soul, your sun, your light from your matter. This is the goal of alchemy, the goal of a lot of different systems, a lot of different programs we can program onto ourselves in order to cultivate in the grid. Now, this is why it becomes very important to cultivate inner and outer, the inner shell and the outer shell. Now, what most people do is they either cultivate only the outer or they cultivate only the inner. But keeping it in a balance is the key to synchronize with yourself and your environment. So one of the best programs from my experience is the cultivation method of Falun Gong, Falun Dafa. Why is that? Because you resonate on the values of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. That means that you will attract through the spilling Falun from your navel, where you will create your novel, your story, your mystery, your mast, your spine, which is basically only what you have. You can collect nothing in here. You can hold on to nothing in here. You will lose everything. Sooner or later, you will lose it. It's just a quest of time and perspective. But if you know you emit times produced by yourself, because if you spell time backwards, you get the word emit. Basically, you will lose it. Sooner or later, it will get destroyed. So the only thing that you can carry on, that you can take with you when it seems like you're dying in this realm, but you wake up probably in the other realm, is what you've cultivated in your soul, in your essence. So maybe you know the movie 21 Grams. So this is why we've been told, maybe I get like kind of like goosebumps here in the neck, that the soul is like waiting. The soul weights 21 grams. Is that true or not? I don't know. But we are here for our soul development. We are here for the experience. We are here for the journey. That's a quest of perception. That's a quest why I say it's so important to clean out your senses and to develop your perception, your outlook on life. What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to resonate with? What would you like to experience? What would you like to see? But if you do this, for example, I'm so quick in my mind, it seems like I'm very still. But basically my mind is resonating on such a high frequency that it seems like I'm sitting still, but I'm not. So master your own self, master your own mind. Master means get into your spine, get into your thought process, get into what you think, get into your inner and project that into the outer. Crack the mirror which sits in front of here, and then you start to realize that you will take what you have inside of you outside of you. But the problem, if we would have a problem here, that's also a quest of perception and perspective. But the problem in society, in modern society, is that it was falling down to such an extent that we lose ourselves in the grid. This gets me to the point where what I was speaking about in the beginning. When I see a human being, when I see a soul, when I see a being, a being God, a bee which is just flying around in the grid and is very happy, souls, kids, until the age of 4 or 5, when they get from preschool into first class, or when they get into preschool even, or kindergarten. When they come out from the Garden of Eden into the schooling system, into the elementary school. Nobody's teaching you about the elements in elementary school. Nobody's doing that. Nobody teaches you about alchemy. Nobody teaches you about the Hermetic laws. I could teach an elementary school kid or even a kindergarten kid the Hermetic laws, and it will definitely understand them. So the problem in this society is that people keep chasing external things down the rabbit hole, and all they will get from it is their own projected roots, their own projected lust. And lust is basically not a bad thing. It's our energy. Lust is what we have inside our roots, inside, like if you would get, like I said, Shivambukalpa equals a tree, a 3-3, free man, sun and air, Freemasonry. If you would see a tree and you would cut off the roots, it would die. So it's not intelligent to be like sex is bad and lust is bad per se. No, I use my lust, I use my energy, which is produced by my semens, or if I would be a female, it's produced by my eggs. So I push it up my mast, up my spine, into my head. How I do it? Via imagination. Because my thoughts, my mind is way more powerful than any material. This is how you loop, basically. I constantly loop. Shivambukalpa is just a more materialized form of looping consciousness. Everything is looping itself all the time, but I speak about the metaphysics, the meta level, so transparent, to make it more, to densify it more into the realm. And this is why I know for a fact that my work is worth infinite amounts of tokens. Infinite. What I'm speaking about is cracking the mirror between realms. But most people are not even there yet. But that's not bad per se. This is why I tell you, I'm just sharing what I do. And just via sharing what I do, I inspire you to be yourself. And that's the most important thing with it. Be yourself to the full extent. Find out who you are. Get into yourself. Get into your philosophing aspects. Get into your magic again. Get into your true versions. Get into your heart. Get into tolerating other beings, how they are and who they are. And that's basically it, you know? And this is what the NVO is, the New World Order. If you get into the New World Order, you've won. You've won. You are becoming one, or you have won. You were winning. It seems very new to people, but the New World Order has nothing to do with a top-down political aspect. If you wait for something externally to change yourself, to change the circumstances around you, that will not happen. It will only happen if you have the strength and power and courage to develop from the inside out. This is how change is going to happen in the long run. And this is why I'm just sharing my ideas to it, my thoughts, my inspirations. And this is empowering you. This is maybe triggering something into you. In you. So what I do in the following order, I take care of my alchemy when I wake up. I take my supplements that make my mind very much supple. I normally fast throughout the day. That means I'm not consuming like anything besides my supplements, Shivambukalpa, distilled waters, and maybe coffee and caffeine. That keeps my mind running, to keep pushing my message, to keep pushing my imagination, my journey basically, see what happens. And if something then gets offered to me, I take it. I move on. And I normally eat at the evening, you know, then I densify myself. And I also, you know, like, I'm not like too stiff onto that. Like I said, if something gets offered to me, I take it, I move on. I maybe take an OPC or like caffeine when I was ingesting densified food in order to keep it pushing. You know, that's all we can do. We can only keep on pushing, keep on pulling. And when I've done that, and that's like the key aspect, I listen to the Puru from Falun Gong, Falun Dafa on my vinyls. That's pretty cool, you know, stay old school, new school, whatever. and I read in the Tuan Falun. And I do the 5 exercises after I was reading in the Tuan Falun, 1 to, I don't know, 5 pages. And I do the 5 exercises, and then I switch up the vinyls, I switch up another track, and I do Kalaripayat, blindfold. That's very important. And I only do basically like 1 or 2 movements, sometimes with a weight vest, sometimes without. And then maybe some days I do like only 1 repetition, full range of motion, pull-ups, handstand push-ups, push-ups, ring dips, and groundwork from Kalaripayat, stuff like that. Some kickboxing moves maybe, but only 1 repetition, full range of motion, best techniques, in order to train my nervous system, because I developed the perception and perspective for myself that I train, and I'm very conscious about moving my mind, my movements throughout the day. I train 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you live under that spell on that calendar, I don't even live in the worldly parameters anymore. I was breaking the shell. I'm way beyond that. But I developed a perception because I know that time is not really existing. It's only a quest of perceiving it and emitting what I want to have. This is the true science, the true science that I see, the spells, letters, symbols, cymatics, and the goal of alchemy, to master your mind, to master the hermetic laws, and to use them to the betterment, to the better mind for everybody. This is what I do. I don't use it, of course I have to use it for myself, but I keep sharing that. I keep empowering you with the original arts, with the rooted arts that everybody has. Everybody has a mind, everybody can fast, everybody can use the sun, moon, the Shivamukalpa, if you want to. Everybody can breathe, drink clear, distilled waters. And everybody, not everybody, but most people have access to clear, supple mind. But like I said, that's the problem with perceiving something. And most people are not, or have not developed the perception to that. And like I said, for me, in the last months, that was a very much a key factor to just develop my outlook onto things. If I become all eyes, if I become myself, if I shut down my senses and I really start to feel internally and externally, this is how I create my soul. Which gets me to the very much point in the beginning again, to become transparent, to eliminate basically all things that I see as material, and to just crack open the genie's bottle in the other person, in the other child, and the other beautiful being that I perceive in front of me, that I don't even know if they're real or if they're a robot. But even if they would be a robot, I try to plant in soul into them. I plant in light. And I crack open the mirror, and this is how we basically save souls in here. I save your soul. If you like it or not, if you feel it or not, everybody wants to have soul. You cannot say because if you would not have soul, you would basically not be here. This is a transport station for souls. This is a transport realm. Your soul gets basically transported in here into the next realm. That's how this realm is constructed. And I'm allowed to speak about this because I'm so it's not about showing off, but because I see these cultivation aspects. And this is my mission in here, to save your soul and to be like, hey, you have soul. Wake up, crack open your own mirror. Forget about all these attachments, attaching your mind to it, and work on yourself. Work on what you want to have. Work on your own imaginational process. Work on the perceiving of senses that you can have. Awaken your own magic potential. You know, crack open your pineal gland, your mount pineal. So that's it for now. Truthfulness, compassion, tolerance. I hope you enjoyed this one. I was enjoying that, and this is why I do it, you know. Gives me good neurochemistry to stay alive in this realm and to keep on pushing, keep on pulling. Love you. From the heart space into the realm, into the grid. Save your soul, and Shin Chan Ren. I'm out.